Happy New Year! It is 2021, and let me tell you, I can't remember the last time I wanted a year to leave the room so badly. So it is finally New Year's. I made a post on Facebook a little while ago about how I'm going to detox 2020 in January. I don't think ever in the history of at least my life has there been such a huge collective trauma that we need to work on healing from. So I wanted to take the first step, start January strong, regardless of what's going to happen this year. Obviously, it's not a magic, the ball doesn't drop and poof, we get a whole new scenario the following day. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, but we still have the opportunity to make a choice and change the outcome and what we're experiencing. So what I said was I'm going to be detoxing mind, body, and spirit in January as I kind of reset into the next year, and also work towards releasing all of that pent up stress, anxiety, fear, all of the things that 2020 brought for us that we don't really want to hang on to. So January is going to be my month for detoxing. And so how I'm going to do that is first detoxing my mind. Make sure that I make time each day for journaling. So I have a journal, I write things down. I have found that if I do a brain dump and I get things out of my head and onto paper, then I can kind of leave it there. I don't have to keep carrying it around with me. So for me, journaling is going to be great, and it doesn't have to necessarily even be bad things or the stressful things or whatever. Just whatever is in my mind, with it percolating there, I put it down on paper, and then I can let it go. So journaling each day helps me. Also, along with the journaling, I start out every journal entry with 3 things that I'm thankful for, because I have found in my life, and I found also in the lives of others who have done this, that coming from a place of gratitude, the stressful, anxious, worried, fearful feelings cannot coexist in a mind that is in a state of gratitude. So when you're struggling with that conflict and you want to be experiencing something different, start with thinking of things that you're grateful for, and not just be like, oh yeah, I'm so blessed, but be specific. Think of something that you really are thankful for, and sit in that feeling of gratitude for that thing, that person, that experience, whatever it might be. And when you do that, the other feelings have to be pushed aside because they can't coexist in that space. So it's a really great way to start your day. And even when I do feel like I have to do a brain dump and get rid of all these anxious feelings and thoughts, when I start with gratitude, somehow those are muted a little bit. They're not nearly as loud and obnoxious as they were a few moments before. I'm also unplugging from social media. So I did this last January, and I found it to be so helpful. It was a bit of a challenge because, just like anything else, we get hooked on scrolling on our phones. But when I did it, I realized just how much of an impact that social media has on my healthy mindset. In a not good way. So when I'm struggling, like I think a lot of us are, as we're going into 2021, struggling to keep our minds positive on what the potential for this year might be, a good place to avoid is social media, because there's so much on there. It's just loud, just noise, just stuff that gets in the way of things that really could be helping us instead. So this month I'm unplugging from social media. That's going to be another part of helping my mind. Secondly, I'm detoxing my body, and I am using this program to do that. Now, I actually already started this a couple of days ago. I started on the 30th because I wanted to jumpstart into January, and this is a very intense detox, reset, cleanse, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of tough. It's 3 weeks, and it's actually going to be more like 5, because once I get to week 3, I'm going backwards. Week 2, week 1, reintroducing things. And it's just a matter of taking charge of your health in a way that you can. You can decide how you're going to fuel your body. You can decide what you're going to put into your body. You're going to decide what you're going to allow for those kinds of things. And for me, I just needed a complete reset, because when 2020 hit, my motivation just tanked Probably a lot of you can relate. And I haven't really felt like working out. I really haven't felt like doing much diet-wise as far as keeping myself on track with eating a clean diet. So I knew that I needed this. Plus, I tend to have a sensitive digestive system, which likes to get out of whack every so often. And it's just time to do the detox. So I am on day 3 of my ultimate reset. And today is the first day that I have made it this far without having any caffeinated beverages. So I've been thinking about this whole process for a couple of months now and getting myself ready. So we're not supposed to have coffee, and I love my coffee, and not supposed to have any kind of caffeine. So I've been weaning myself off of my 2-cup-a-day habit down to nothing, which has been difficult. And yesterday I tried to go just herbal tea all day, and I started getting that really intense headache mid-morning, and I had to have some green tea. Today so far I'm doing okay. We're coasting, we're having water, and we're just gonna see how it goes. But I think that for me, I know that this program is hard. I have done it a couple of times in the past, and so I'm going to be vlogging my way through this one. One is just a way to keep myself kind of on track and accountable. And secondly, just, you know, if anybody else is interested in ever doing this program, so they kind of have a little bit of an idea of what all is involved, my style at least. So I knew that it would be a challenge going into January doing this reset, but I also knew if I could get something really difficult out of the way first thing in the year. So just tackle January head on, do something really hard, something really challenging, that I would be better able to go forward in my year with that feeling of accomplishment. Like, I've done something, I did something for myself, and it was hard, and I made it, I didn't die, and I'm good, you know? That was a great way to start 2021 in my mind. So that's what I'm doing to detox 2020, mind, body, and then spirit. I got a couple of things. Last year I bought this this journal. It's a it's a devotional journal that you can also doodle in, and I'm not an artist, but I have fun doing it. So it's almost like a meditative type thing for me when I read the passage, read the little thoughts, and then I spend some time just writing whatever, or not writing necessarily, but drawing, doodling, whatever comes to mind. So I've got my pens, pencils, and I've got my book. I'm gonna be doing that. And then there's an app called Dwell that I have recommitted to listening to. It's an app that helps you listen through the Bible, and you can choose different plans and do it at your own pace. You can do it faster, you can do it slower, you can get through it in a year, you can get through it in 90 days, depending on how much time you have. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, and just really focusing on the truth that is in God's Word, and taking the time to let it soak in through my day. So that's how I'm detoxing in January. I'm doing mind, body, spirit, and I'm just leaving 2020 in 2020. I don't need to drag any of that baggage with me. I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna start this year fresh. I know it's gonna be, you know, who knows what will happen. I have a whole page in here of my 20 things I wanted to do in 2020. Because this is still my same goal, my same notebook that I was using for last year. So, so many of them got crossed off, guys. It's crazy. So this year was kind of a disaster. It really was. But a lot of good things happened as well. And when I look back and I allow myself to focus on the good things instead of choosing to focus on everything that got canceled, on all of my plans that I had to cross out, taking the kids to Disneyland and surprising my 13-year-old for his birthday, you know, with a trip and all of those things. The 2 words that I had picked for last year were accept and alignment. So I kind of feel scared picking a word for this year, but actually the word that I have chosen is the Italian word vivere, which means to live. And that's my goal for 2021. I want to live. I want to enjoy the life that I've been given, whatever it looks like each day. And I'm gonna start this year by making January a strong and solid month, because I can only control myself. I can't control what's happening in the environment and all the other things, but I still can make good choices for me, and that's what I'm planning on doing. So if you want to see the vlog on how I'm doing the Beachbody Ultimate Reset, I will be posting those along the way as well. But I just wanted to say Happy New Year. Bye guys. Plus, my dishwasher's making noise. And